Hello guys, it's ZK, and today we're going to be having a look at some Doom the Dark Ages. So some people have actually got some hands-on footage watching the PC Gamer interview. I sadly haven't got early access to this game, although I would have loved to play it. Oh yeah, so already, the HUD looks different. Yeah, you've actually, I mentioned this in my last Dark Ages video, but you actually got like the classic Doom guy icon here. When he takes damage, he'll do like a certain facial expression. You actually got objectives this time, so defend the city. There's also this currency up here. You got like yellow stuff and you got red stuff. And I read from a video somewhere, or watched from a video, that this is actually used to upgrade weapons and stuff. Health bars right here, so yeah, it seems like we will have some bosses. The health bar looks so different. I'm guessing this purple line is like shields. I know in Doom Eternal there was actually like bars above it, like different phases for the bosses. I know that the Dark Lord in Ancient Gods had 5 phases, so it was like 5 bars up here. Well, this seems to be more like armor or something down here. Hopefully there's no phases with bosses, because that was just annoying. Oh, nice. We actually got a weapon pickup. What is that? Reaver chain shots. I've seen gameplay of this, actually, from another video, and it's probably like a cannon kind of weapon. It's got like a chain like on the end of it, so it just sucks the ball back up. That sounds weird when I say it, but yeah, it's like a cannonball gun kind of thing. I think it's supposed to be the equivalent of like the Ghost Cannon or the... what's it called? From Doom Eternal. I can't remember, but it's supposed to be like the Ghost Cannon from Doom 2016 and the one from Eternal, which my mind is just completely blanked out on. But yeah, speaking of that as well, what's on the topic of this cannonball gun? I've also watched somewhere this weapon in particular is supposed to be like a secret weapon. A bit like the Unmaker on Doom Eternal, where you do all those Slayer gates. I think this might be similar to it, where you had to, unlock the Slayer gates and you get like this secret weapon. The Unmaker was quite cool, which we actually saw with like, that skull gun. I feel like this would be a quite cool weapon as well. We've never seen this before, so it'd be quite interesting to see.
Prequel to the 2016 game that has our Doom guy in a bit of a pickle, seemingly enslaved to a cabal of space.
Yeah, looking at the gameplay, I know it is a little bit slow, and I know apparently the the media footage they posted like a month or 2 ago was actually on, I think, Hurt Me Plenty, which I think is equivalent to about normal. And of course, you can use the sliders to adjust, different parts of the gameplay, like the parry window, the enemy damage, the enemy attack speed. So of course, if you really want a challenge, you can make this a lot faster. I think it's really good actually having, the sliders, because then you can introduce like new players to the game who've never played a Doom game. And you see, the thing is, I feel like that's better over Eternal, because I think Doom Eternal does have a bit of like a learning curve to it. I know first time I played Doom Eternal back in 2020, it did take time to get used to like weapon switching and new bosses, because I feel like the sliders will help ease you into it.
A side dish to the main course of absolutely decking demons the old-fashioned.
I do feel like, parrying is going to be the new meta. Like, you've got your weapon switching and like the Ballista and Super Shotgun for Eternal, all that stuff, the air stuff. I feel like, with the parrying, it does give the game like a whole new feel to it. I do actually like that more than just, giving us another Doom Eternal, because it won't feel any different. Also, I've just realised, well, there's a gate key here, the Slayer gates from Doom Eternal. That reminds me of that a lot. Maybe there's like certain keys you can get. You can unlock that cannonball gun. That'll be very interesting. I know the levels are actually a lot more open. You can actually go around and explore like a lot more. Hopefully they're not all like the same area. Hopefully they have like different colours and feel to them. Oh, I also like how the music kind of goes.
Feels like two titans.
It kind of goes like faded in the background, like muffled. Kind of like that. I think Killing Floor 2 actually has it, where if you're on low health, the music actually starts to go muffled, because if you're like very near death.
Does the soundtrack even remotely hold up to Mick Gordon's music?
God, here we go.
To be honest, the music I heard in the levels I played didn't make much of an impression on me. It all felt serviceably doomy, full of sound and fury, but it kind of slid out of my brain not long after entering it.
Yeah, I feel like, each Doom game will have its iconic soundtrack. I know there was actually a soundtrack for Dark Ages published called Infernal Chasm. If you haven't listened to that, it's pretty good. I feel like that will be probably one of the most iconic ones. But yeah, we haven't heard the full, list of Dark Ages soundtracks. So, we still have to wait and see.
A full chunk of my demo was dedicated to the Dark Ages new dragon riding sections, which feel like they fell out of an alternate reality where the Panzer Dragoon games became the biggest series on Earth. They're pretty fun.
So there's rings mini games where you got to go through rings and stuff. Kind of reminds me of Man-Eater, where they make you fly through rings and stuff. I don't know, I found that a little bit boring, but might just be me. So it looks like a health thing as well, so you go through there to get health. Maybe you retreat from a fight and just get health or something.
The biggest series on Earth. They're pretty fun and alternate between stretches of racing down tunnels in pursuit of enemies and setting yourself up as a kind of airborne turret to take out larger foes. The emphasis is still on reacting to enemy attacks, mind.
Yeah, you see, this is something I'm not really too sure with, because, you see, the thing is, I would much prefer it if you could actually move around and shoot with the dragon, rather than being locked into this cutscene where you have to, basically dodge stuff. And it just feels very stiff, because it's like you're stuck in one place, and you're just basically sliding left and right. But, you see, I think G-Man, if you've ever seen a channel called G-Man Lives, he actually explains this a lot better in his video, but I completely agree with him, with his critique on it, and I just feel like it's very linear, kind of things with the dragon. The ship doesn't really do a lot. You can just easily win by the looks of it. It looks like it's kind of letting you just win. Oh, look at that, it's like slowing down as well, and it's just, I don't know. I much prefer to fly around the ship and shoot rather than be locked into one area. I don't know, maybe it makes it a lot easier to shoot. But yeah, G-Man Lives definitely does explain it a lot better. I would recommend watching his video, which I will link below, which does explain this point a lot better than what I ever can.
You also get to pilot a mech at other
This
points,
looks cool.
like
I haven't seen this yet.
So,
I've seen it in the the early footage they showed in January. Oh yeah, and you also get something here as well. This is your health here as well, like mech health, 1000. Oh, this is the minigun, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I've seen this.
Now, when an enemy enters a stunned state, you tend to finish them off with a humdrum punch or kick rather than a creative animation. Old-style glory kills seem reserved for key moments, when you defeat bosses, stun an enemy on Dragonback, or for...
Yeah, you see, I quite like this glory kill system, because, I don't know, it just felt weird in the other Doom games, where you just glory killing a Z, and the other ones were just standing there watching. They could easily, get on top of you and pull you off them before you kill them. But instead, they just stand there and watch. And you see, I feel like it flows a lot better when you're doing it in real time. It just feels a lot more awkward. There's the other, Doom enemies are just standing there watching you just impale their friend. But yeah, I definitely do. I mean, the old glory kills were definitely quite satisfying, I do admit. But I feel like this can also be good. I also like how they've got some of the old ones as well for critical moments in the story. That look cool. This is some upgrade thing or something. I don't know what it does. This scene right here looks awesome.
Stun an enemy on Dragonback, or for whatever reason, when you do an execution while jumping. Are there enough difficulty options that someone who needed a trainer to make it through Doom Eternal could actually play this game? I reckon you'll be fine. Doom the Dark Ages lets you really get into the guts of its difficulty settings and tweak things to your liking. You can change damage, parry windows, game speed, and pretty much anything you can think of that could make your time with the game harder or easier.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's introducing the new players to Doom, without making them feel excluded, kind of thing. Because Doom Eternal was quite a fast game, and I know some people didn't like it for that. Because I feel like with these difficulty sliders, it can introduce new players who've never got their hands on a Doom game before. Definitely a good introduction, or either that or you're just a casual player who, wants to have an easier time. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. People have different play styles.
Parry windows, game speed.
Also, I love how you literally just rip this Mancubus's arm off.
Pretty much anything you can.
Like, look at that. His arm just comes off. So obviously, there's like different hit spots you can do.
I didn't like the platforming. Do they still have a lot of that? A little. There are still areas where you'll have to find a grapple point to zoom to with your shield, which I choose not to question the physics of.
Yeah, I don't know about the shield grapple thing. I think the meat hook made more sense, but I don't know, like grappling with a shield, like I know it doesn't make much sense realistically, because how are you going to get the shield back? Maybe it's some magic force that pulls you in. I don't know. I mean, I'm not too concerned about it anyway.
And that's Doom, folks. Or
yeah, so you've got some returning enemies as well. You got the massive worm thing from Ancient Gods Part 2, I think, and Part 1, but yeah, maybe like a mini-boss, this kind of thing, I don't know. Could be like some kind of mini-boss. Also, there's a bit before here, yeah. There's like this Hellspawn thing you can knock with this. I know in Doom Eternal there's a lot of this, where you can basically punch boxes, push them forward to jump and mantle on. There was even like trees in Ancient Gods, which you could knock over and like walk across, basically creating your own platforms. I imagine it's something similar to that. I'm guessing this portal thing will obviously spawn a lot of enemies in when you destroy it, like Doom 2016. So yeah, just looking at another video, I just noticed as well, you actually got a weapon wheel here, which is cool. Nice they're going with that. I know with controller it can be more difficult to swap between weapons, whereas on PC now you got your 1 to 9 keys. Yeah, it seems like when you throw that shield, it takes a long time to actually go back to you. Like, he misses here. It seems like it takes an absolute age to come back. I don't know whether you can, you know, say if you throw it, you miss, and then the enemy's going to hit you. I don't know whether you can just immediately pull it back, or you have to wait for it to fully come back to you. Be quite interesting. There's also this one talking about here with the green projectiles and the red ones. So of course the green one you can parry, the red ones you can't. There's also a health pack there. Actually looks different from the other ones. That's the way we get armor, it seems. No flame belch this time, of course. I guess you throw your shield into them. I don't know whether you have to do something else to activate it and then throw your shield, or if you just throw your shield and get armor off them. If it's a certain type of Z. Oh, what's that? Slay, we need time to repair them. There's different characters in the world with you. Oh, right, okay. Because I know in 2016, there was only like, you know, Samuel Hayden like working with you, and then, you know, you're on your own. What is that? Is that like artillery or something? Enemy artillery? I've never seen that before. You hit something at the back. I don't know what that does. It's not attacking you. Oh yeah, so I just realised you killed them enemies and you actually get some of these yellow points up here. If you look very closely. Actual destructive environments, so you can destroy most stuff, which is interesting. Just knock these out. Of course you can't destroy everything around you, but destroy these little wooden houses kind of things. It's quite cool. There's something over here. What is this? Upgrade station? Is this like, I don't know if this is runes and stuff. Ruby. Purchase upgrades at a Sentinel Shrine. Oh, so maybe, so those are upgrade points. So the rubies are the red currency here. We've seen you get the yellow currency for killing enemies, but I guess you have to, you know, explore the map and find these rubies, which are here. And they must be for upgrading, you know, your armor, your Praetor suit if you have one, and, you know, your guns and stuff. Whether that's a separate currency. Definitely encourages more exploration. Oh yeah, okay, so of course it works similar when you actually block, you know, in time, you get health from the enemies when they're stunned. When this Archvile look-alike throws, yeah, I think it's an Archvile, when he throws that hit, you can actually block it and get health off him. But yeah, this is basically, the same gameplay we've seen already. I've already done a video on this a couple of months ago. I think I've basically, rambled on enough at this point. I know you're probably bored of me rambling about stuff. But yeah, it's basically another look at Doom the Dark Ages. Actually does look quite good, although the dragon combat kind of concerns me, but again, I could be wrong about that. It's something we'll have to wait and see for when the game releases. But anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. What do you think? Do let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, join Discord if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next video.